Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the cattle mutilation thing is really interesting. I mean, there's other accounts that seem to spring up in the early 1900s. I think the late 60s with Lucky was one of the first ones, but in the 70s is when it really kind of exploded, if you like. Um, there seem to be as well in and around UFO hotspots. Like you say, there's normally, well, not normally, but often UFO sightings in and around the area. There's loads in Colorado area, Nevada, and all that region towards the west coast is a hotspot anyway. But I mean, like you said, are happening across the United States, and to a lesser degree, in the UK and Europe as well. I mean, the UK, I think a decade ago, had a spate of sheep mutilations, very similar to the cat satanic cult? Is it, some kind of government experiment? What's interesting with the cattle installations, though, is, as you say, it's laser-like medical cuts. There's no blood. There's not even a sign that there's been any presence around. No tracks, no footprints. Quite often, I read a case. It was the early 2000s, I believe, where a farmer found one of his cattle literally with its head in the ground. And when they'd done some, examined it, it appeared it had been dropped from a great height and had literally, just pierced the earth. And they found, the same kind of injuries and mutilations that they would have found, on any number of cattle. So this might suggest, and it goes back to what we would do. So yeah, what I would say is that when we look at the mutilations and the laser-like precision and the lack of blood and the fact that there seems to be an advanced knowledge, it goes back to what we were saying. What we've done in the past, we have treated animals in that sort of way ourselves to learn more about them, rightly or wrongly, with vivisection and things like that, things of that nature. So again, if aliens are coming here looking to learn more about the environment, then as brutal as it is, it kind of makes sense that they're carrying out these experiments. Now, what the end goal of that is, because obviously it always seems to be muscle around the face, genital areas, eyes often are just gone, internal organs are either gone or turned to mush, and most importantly probably is the blood that's just being completely retrieved, really. So are they needing this for some kind of plasma research? Are they needing this for something that is just completely unknown to us? I think what maybe should be concerning is if aliens are responsible for those, and if it is some kind of experiment, well, at what point might they move on to us? I mean, there have been cases where humans have been found with very similar injuries, precise cuts to the face, eyes removed. There was a discovery, I think, in the early or mid 80s in Brazil, where a guy had literally had his face, just sliced away like you would expect. It's found on a mutilated cattle.